What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live. What is going on? Hold on, I'm just readjusting our screen so we can get those Hollywood squares magically sorted here. So just a moment, guys. Great to see you. It is Friday night. Out of sight. What is going on, guys? What is going on? Just bear with me a moment. There. Whoop. There it is, as a duo from Florida once said. Great to see you guys. Welcome to Steele Live. I'm Steele. Got a great show lined up for you tonight. Before we get started, if I could just ask you to hit that like button. Just takes a moment of your time. It really helps out a lot. It's the number one thing you can do to help the channel. Also, if you're new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steele Live. I'm Steele. I want you to be a part of this awesome community that we have been growing out here. We have the best community here, honestly, and want you to be a part of it. So hit subscribe, hit all on that notification bell. Also, if you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this broadcast, that's hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put forth. Feel free to ask whatever questions you like of myself or my esteemed colleague this evening. We'll do our best to field those well to the best of our ability. At this time, I want to see who's in the chat, who's active here tonight. We've got Mama Crypto, of course. We've got Josh Randell, Robbie Gilchrist, the Dogecoin Dolphin. Awesome. Josh Randell disavows. Real all-star lineup tonight, guys. Mike Tracy, Bang Stun. Everybody Bang Stun tonight. Me, you, Hector the Dude, Audio Freak, Emperor Doge, Rock Lobster. Awesome. Good to see you, Rock Lobster. Jimmy D. Marie Potter. Welcome, Marie. Diamond Hands Freddy, and Joyce, and the list goes on. First super chat tonight coming through from Sliding Edge. We love Sliding Edge in these parts. $5. Thanks for the discount code for Doge. Steven Steele bought another 500 Dogecoin today. You're very welcome. I'm glad you were able to capitalize on the discount. Speaking of discounts, I'd like to introduce. The first thing we're going to talk about. With my co-host, Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls. Nick, what is going on, man? Black Friday, big sale going on across the board with the market. Most people aren't really quite sure what to make of it, but I think we got a pretty good handle on it. Definitely a pretty solid, opportune accumulation little period to pile on more Doge for sure. Before I get your thoughts on it, I have to acknowledge a big, large, and in charge, big Doge Energy super chat from Robbie Gilchrist, 69 Canadians. Thank you so much, Robbie. Appreciate you supporting this broadcast and being just an all-around awesome dude. Thanks for keeping the lights on over here at Steele headquarters. Thank you so much, Robbie. Seriously, dude. Thank you very, very much. Now, we woke up to this flash crash. It kind of started happening at about 3 a.m. last night. So what are we making of what's been transpiring here, Nick?
Yeah, obviously this was coordinated with COVID-related news.
I was just informed. Sorry to interrupt. I was just informed through terms of service from another content creator. We should avoid.
Oh, that's right. You can't say that.
They've gotten even stricter about that. So let's just call it
virus, right?
Yeah,
that's okay.
Let's just call it I don't know, the thing. Let's call it the thing. Everybody knows what we're talking about. Just call it the thing. The thing.
So we woke up to John Carpenter. And
oh my gosh, I don't know if you saw the remake of that movie, but it was pretty disturbing.
I liked it actually.
I did too. It was really intense.
Yeah, people gave it a lot of crap because they used some CGI, but they did a lot of practical work in that movie. I thought it was very good. But anyway, yeah, we woke up to the thing, a new thing.
A new strain of the thing.
Yes, and there's, what? It's going to keep on going. There's going to be new strains of the thing forever. We got Josh Randell coming in here if you want.
Oh, Josh Randell disavows. Thank you for the generous $20 make you holler. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to the real Nick Balls who posts economic and comes on stream because he's a cool dude. Yeah, shout out to we're very thankful Nick's input here, and I mean that's why he's my co-host, guys. Yeah, thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So, listen. I actually watched the South Park special today. That it takes place in the future. I got Paramount Plus. It was free, so I got Paramount Plus for a month for free.
Okay.
I'll probably cancel it after that, but it was very accurate. Like, it was very, for South Park, they're always on point, but this is just going to keep happening. This is, the thing, by the way, the thing that happened originally, that thing has been around forever. Those things, I should say. It's just a variant of that. Right. So, they're going to keep pushing this. If I heard somebody say, the, what do you call it? The inflation news, or the news about inflation kind of wasn't working anymore.
Right.
So they got to come up with something else. What are we going to talk about around the holidays? So, this pops up and spooky and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate for some people in the affected areas. I've heard a lot of countries are shutting down travel and whatnot. It screws a lot of people who are on vacation, especially, out of the country. Whoa. That's just almond milk.
It's it's my favorite. This is coconut almond milk by Khalifa. Have you ever had this?
I have. That brand is really good.
This is like no sugar, no carbs, but it literally tastes like a milkshake. It tastes like dessert. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
You look like a pirate, like drinking out of some sort of cask or something. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is gonna keep happening. If anything, it's kind of good for Doge, because we saw this solid support come in around it was like 18.5 cents, somewhere around there, bounced right off, which is where if we've ever seen a flash crash, whereas it always flash crashes down to that area. So I think it's really good for Dogecoin. One thing that I think we'll talk about this in a little bit, but the amount of shorts that have piled up on Dogecoin are just insane. I took a look at it today. It's like the highest it's ever been. So price suppression wise, we are like the most suppressed we've ever been.
Yeah, the most suppressed we've ever been. That's the downside. The upside is what we know what usually is in the wake of shorts this severe, and that is usually a pretty nice jump, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, listen, a squeeze is not a guarantee, you know what I mean? It's not like, it doesn't always happen. I'm not saying that we're guaranteeing a short squeeze is going to happen or will happen. But the amount of shorts that have piled up on Doge are so vast at this point. It's like it's like a seesaw kind of thing, and if you get to the point where shorts are overplayed, it opens up a big hole in the market for somebody to come in with. It would take billions of dollars to do this, but you could really cause a dramatic short squeeze effect. With a lot of money and a lot of leverage, and I'm watching it now every day to see if we get that short squeeze. I would think within the next few days or week or so, but it just depends. If the shorts continue to pile up or not. Well, I guess I will just keep on watching it.
Yeah. Well stated there, and thank you. So, what can people expect going forward, in your opinion, Nick, in terms of how long do you think this market depression chapter will last? To me, it's looking more akin to another flash crash. What do you say in terms of duration?
I mean, we're already seeing a recovery, right? So from bottom to top right now, measure it out. We're up 10, almost 11% from the bottom to where we were. That's on Doge. I think actually Bitcoin's not as much. Let me just double check. Bitcoin's only up 2% from the bottom, from where it initially crashed. So, I mean, that's a little bit obviously Bitcoin doesn't move as dramatically. It did flash crash, but it wasn't, as dramatic as some of the alts.
Yeah.
Ethereum really got walloped out of everything in the top 10. Ethereum really took the
Yeah, that out of all the
biggest
top
hit.
by far, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think we'll see I mean, we're already seeing a steady correction. I think we'll see a steady correction over the next few days. Um, you know, preventing or if there's not another some sort of crazy news story that comes out and ruins the fun. But I think there should be a correction back to previous levels over the next several days, possibly over the weekend.
I would totally agree. We've been through similar. We've been through worse.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We are, in a way, it's encouraging, right? Because it just shows us still how early we are when the market can be this greatly influenced and fluctuated by, a one world affair and one bit of news, right? This time about a new find of a particular different strain of the thing. That's, by the way, only in parts of Africa right now. That it can rattle things to this capacity. In a way, firstly, if you're a longtime holder, these could be really great accumulation periods. Secondly, we are still in an era, in my opinion, if you're a long-term holder, even up at the top at Bitcoin, where you're still looking at phenomenal margins over a long period of time. Phenomenal. That being said, the more popular cryptocurrency gets, the less the margins are going to be on these top 20, top 30 coins. But we are so early that the market still kind of gets rattled by some of this stuff. But I believe the more popular cryptocurrency becomes in the future, the less subject it will be to be rattled this easily, number one. And number two, those who have gotten in around now, or obviously years ago, like you, are going to be really well positioned. But those margins are going to be a lot less in the future, and the crypto market's going to stabilize, particularly when in relation to the top 20, once crypto's super popularized, and it will be. Then we're not going to see these fluctuations like we see now. What do you think, Nick?
I think that it's still going to be years and years before we see like dramatic stabilization effects. Yeah. I think we could be 10 or 20 years out from that type of situation occurring.
So you think you think it's going to happen, but you would put it at least a decade away, huh?
Yeah, possibly more. I mean, just given the nature of the asset class itself, I think it relies heavily on volatility, which is not a bad thing. I think we're, at least I can say I'm here for the volatility. Like, I appreciate the volatility. Of course, regulation is going to play a factor. As we move forward, we've seen more and more regulation over the years. So yeah, I mean, I think that will, kind of play into things as time goes on, and things will stabilize for sure. But we are, we've still got years and years of, kind of not violent, but large percentage swings from news and all sorts of different, stuff happening. So I think that's going to keep going on for quite some time.
Yeah. You might be right. I don't. My first inclination is that it's not going to be like 20 years away. I was more thinking 7 to 10, 11 years away before we see that kind of stabilization. But
it's hard to say. At that call when you're calling a decade out, what is 10 or 20? It's hard to say. At that point, you're so far out. Who knows?
Rock Lobster in the chat says, the guy on the plane next to me thought I was in a metal band. I told him, no, it's a band for girls. He said, little girls? I said, he thought kid music. I said, no. I was like, no, dude, big girls. Guess you had to be there.
He's on tour right now, right?
Yeah, are you on tour right now, Jesse? I thought that's what you were conveying last night in the chat. And Casanova, good to see you, Casanova. Let's see here.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what their tour dates are like. Do you know if are they in Europe? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I mean, is there a tour in Europe? I don't.
I know that he has toured in Europe a lot and extensively. But I'm not sure if he's in the States or in Europe right now.
Their website's hilarious. It's just a picture of him with roller skates and it's like a Christmas hat on. Yes, okay. So it appears that they're in Europe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Rock Lobster said, "Yeah, man, just got to Ireland from the United Kingdom. Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, Ireland. That should be a lot of fun." I
don't know when their U.S. tour is planned, but I can't wait. I want to go hang out.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. I mean, we'll definitely sort it out, Nick. We'll catch up with Jesse on the road there. But yeah, Jesse, awesome, man.
My girlfriend and I were going to go up to Milwaukee for. She loves this one band called. It's going to drive me nuts. They're on tour with Ghost.
Ghost, that band. Okay, yeah, I know Ghost is, but
she does. Yeah, she's not. I mean, she listens to Ghost, but Volbeat. She loves Volbeat.
Okay.
Big Volbeat girl.
Yeah, I'm not from. Oh, yes, I do know what you're talking about. They got a phenomenal drummer, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so that drummer makes it.
Yeah, we were gonna go see him because we've seen him before. We actually saw Volbeat with I can't remember who it was. Some 90s band. This was up in Milwaukee. We saw him at the time it was the new whatever your basketball team is. I can't remember the name of that center, but the Fist Serve Arena or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, we stayed at the Pfister Hotel. That was pretty cool.
Pfister, I don't even know her.
I don't know how many times I said that when I was there.
Yeah. Rock Lobster says, "Let y'all know as soon as in the U.S. tour set." Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely have to hang. We'll definitely have to party. Jesse, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome. Definitely. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before they make their way back to Chicago.
Yeah, if they do Chicago or if they do Milwaukee, I'll come up. We'll come up there. Go see them down here. Whatever. I want to be backstage, though, Jesse.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I agree. Definitely, Jesse. So, just to be clear, guys, neither Nick nor I are freaked out about this Black Friday crypto price crash.
No.
There's I saw the headlines this morning on Forbes, for example. It says, "Be on guard, Black Friday crypto crash wipes billions from Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Cardano, XRP, and Dogecoin," and these kind of headlines. And not that they're technically incorrect, but if without the context of how the crypto market moves, if you're new to the space or if you're just reading headlines out like this, if you're not even in the space, it sounds rather severe, right? It sounds rather...
The stock market, too.
Right.
It hit everything. So they make it seem like crypto is this unstable, whatever. Well, it affected everything. It affected stocks. And yeah.
The stocks have been rocked. The stocks have been rocked for sure as well. So, yeah, neither one of us are particularly concerned about this. One of the main things that's really important to keep in mind as we navigate through this market downturn is, folks, this is still a bull market. We are still in a bull market. I know that's hard for some people to wrap their heads around, but this is still, by definition, a bull market. We're still in the middle of one, and I believe that we're going to get more legs again soon. That's going to, hit a more bullish movement from all the way from Bitcoin to the DeFi projects and everything in between. What do you say, Nick? Still in a bull market, yeah?
Yeah, so far, and this, goes for crypto, as a whole, we have not left a bull market, essentially. We have not broken down to the point where you could, officially say, we're in a bear.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Man, Rock Lobster, Jesse, thank you so much, bro. Coming in, wow, thank you so much,
Dude,
man. You guys are just killing it tonight. Thank you,
when you
Jesse.
play the U.S., I'm gonna bring like a bottle. I'm gonna bring a bottle. So you just let me know what you want. I'll bring a bottle of whatever you want.
Oh my gosh, it's just we got we just got some wild
No,
style going on here.
Robbie, come here.
Whoa, my God. Okay. Let's give me a second here. So Rock Lobster coming in with a $100 super chat. Thank you so much, by the way. Seriously, thank you, Jesse. Really appreciate you, man. Agreed, Robbie. We need to do super chats, bro. Then Robbie Gilchrist, the Dogecoin Dolphin, answers with a $100 Canadian super chat. Thank you so much, guys. Hugely appreciated. You know, both Robbie and Rock Lobster have been tremendous supporters of this show, of this community that we've been building out here. And honestly, be real with you guys, guys like you are why I've been able to pretty much focus on this on a full-time basis. And it's hard to see. I mean, Nick knows. Nick's one of the people that knows, but it does take up a ton of time, like a ton of time and a ton of prep. And the reason why I've been able to go on night after night, and because it does take a lot of research and time and preparatory and promotion and everything else, the reason why I'm able to go live night after night is because of your guys' support, is because of people like Rock Lobster, is because of people like righteous dudes like Robbie Gilchrist and Josh Randell and all of you folks, and even if you're not super chatting, just tuning in. So thank you so much, guys. I'm humbled and very thankful. Really appreciate you guys so much.
We've also cultivated. I don't care what the numbers are at. I don't care how. We have cultivated a community of the coolest people. I
agree.
put out today. I was trying to watch South Park, and I don't have Paramount Plus. Robbie reached out. He's like, you can use my thing. It didn't end up working because he's in Canada. I'm in the US. Yeah. It didn't work, but we got people. We got people. We got the people. We got the coolest people. And I don't care if it's 50 or 100. I'd actually prefer it to not be 1,000 people, because when it's like that, it's impossible to filter through all of that. I'm happy for the great people that we have in here on a regular basis. I kind of like it this way.
Yeah, I totally hear what you're saying there. Let me get to a couple more super chats. Josh Randell, $10 super chat. At Rock Lobster, at Robbie Gilchrist, fire. I agree. I mean, all three of you gentlemen are, well, you're gentlemen, scholars. Appreciate you guys so much. Mary in New York, another regular. We love Mary here. Thank you, Stephen and Nick, for all that you do for the community. Thank you right back. She really is. She tunes in night after night. We appreciate you, Mary. Tony C coming in with a $5 super chat. Keep grinding. 100. Yeah, thank you, Tony. That's another name that we see in here night after night. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you guys so much. Nick, dovetailing off of what you said there, and I don't mean it just to be flattering of our
I don't think
our community here.
Steven, I don't think people realize okay, I'm not really a partier. You're not at all.
Yeah.
And you're doing this you're putting hours in on this that I couldn't put in sober.
Right.
And that says a lot. So thank the Lord for our community, because you put in an insane amount of work into the show, into the media, the social media that goes around it, putting out all the memes, putting everything together. You put a lot of time.
Do all of my
own
graphic design too.
Yeah, your graphics are sick. You've got I think you've got the best graphics in all of the Doge YouTube space, other than so there's some people in here do that, but we don't have to do that here. But you also you have your own business too.
Yeah.
Which I don't think a lot of people realize. You're pulling double duty here. So to have people like this, it means a lot.
Yeah, big time. I mean, you're absolutely right, Nick. And no one I keep closer contact with, frankly, than Nick. So Nick knows that literally every waking moment, like literally every moment I'm awake, I'm working on all this stuff. Like seriously. Now,
Real quick, there's
ahead.
a Jeff Layfield. Maybe I don't know. I don't recognize the
Go
name,
ahead.
but
I do.
he just asked who do we look for technicals. I just want to answer this real quick. I do a lot of the technical stuff for the channel. I follow Coins Kid. A lot of the TA I get is from Coins Kid. I highly recommend you follow him too. He's from England. The nice thing about Coins Kid is he's doing TA while we're asleep, or well, most of us, Steven's
Well,
not.
because he's 6 hours ahead.
Yeah, so he covers everything that most of us who sleep at night don't see. So if you're looking for good TA, I would highly suggest Coins Kid. Anyway, Donna.
Let me see. Where do we leave off here? Oh, Donna Tabuki coming in with $20 super chat. Thank the Lord for Stephen and Nick. Thank the Lord. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Donna Tabuki. Appreciate it so much. Speaking of another awesome, just an awesome person and an awesome supporter of the channel, Donna, and of course her daughter, Joyce. Welcome, Joyce, and new to a membership class, an agent. You are now a special agent of the Steven Steele family. Thank you so much. Welcome aboard membership. By the way, guys, I will be doing a members-only stream tonight, okay? So watch out for that. Make sure you keep all your notifications on so you know what link to go to. I will be doing a members-only stream tonight. Got some new information to share with you guys. So welcome, Joyce. And then Rock Lobster became a member again. Thank you for re-engaging your membership, Rock Lobster. Welcome back. Love seeing that green on the scene, if you know what I mean. And members, I will see you after this show. We're gonna have a little break in between, but we will have a members only stream tonight. Josh Randell disavows coming in with a $10 make you holler. Steven Steele is so sexy. He gives Rock Lobster a complex. Think about it, guys. What? Rock Lobster's game is,
Next level?
He's next level. He's killing it out there. He is definitely international Playboy status. I think that was a Morrissey song. International Playboy. Did you ever listen to Morrissey when you were younger?
Yes.
Smiths, Morrissey.
I had a group of friends who were like, who really enjoyed the Hispanic community is like.
Oh, Morrissey,
really
yeah.
I never understood that, but that's a big.
I think there's a whole documentary about that phenomenon too. But I was raised on. That's how I met actually. One of my first girlfriends indirectly is through my love for the band, Morrissey's first band from the '80s, the Smiths. When I was in high school. I asked for, now this is back when people listened to CDs, guys. There are these discs where you put them into a CD player, and that's how you listen to music in the days of yore. So one of the things I asked for Christmas while I was in high school was a Smiths box CD set. So my mother went to the local record store in a neighboring town, and the girl, she had it written down and asked the girl working if they had this the Smiths box set, and she said, "Oh yeah, cool." And so as the girl was checking my mom out for the purchase, she said, who's this for? She says, "Oh, it's for my son for Christmas." And she said, "Oh wow, your son has pretty good taste." And my mom's like, "Yeah, he's pretty cool guy." And she said, "Oh, should tell him to stop by here sometimes. I work on the weekends." And
Oh.
said, my name's Gina. And my mom said, "Okay, I'll tell him, So my mom, when I opened up the Christmas present and I got the Smiths box set, and then she told me, said, "By the way, go check out Gina. She's a very pretty, has long blonde hair, very pretty, very, very, very nice girl. She likes your taste of music. I think you guys have a lot to talk about." Yeah, we end up dating for a pretty nice chunk of time there, and I have no idea where she is now, but kind of a funny story there. Anyway, what's going on in the chat? Smiths were great, and Morrissey had a lot of great songs, but heard Morrissey is a major prima donna backstage. Well, yeah, here's the thing. Of course he is. He's just very eccentric. He's kind of wild. He's kind of super unpredictable. He's kind of all over the place. it's just for me, that kind of stuff just goes with the territory. It doesn't really bother me one way or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard recently that I've heard like weird. I don't know. Weird stuff about Morrissey. I have not researched or read into it or anything like that.
I don't care. These people get a free pass in my book. This is how it's always been, folks. All the way going back to like Little Richard. It's just how it always is. It's how it always has been. It's it's the trade-off for brilliance. It's the trade-off for artistic brilliance.
When we lived in LA, she was a nurse at Cedar Sinai.
Yeah.
And she helped Little Richard. She was like walking him. She had to like bring him down to his Rolls Royce or something. And she said he was like sweating profusely, and he had like a towel, and he was like dabbing himself, and he had all this makeup on, so it was just like running off his face. She said it was really nice though.
Yeah, he was a really, really eccentric character. I remember. Do you remember way back in the day, Little Richard did a Taco Bell commercial?
Why does that rings a bell?
He did a Taco Bell commercial where he was like, "Woo, so hot!" Yeah, and like he was playing a piano like furiously, like on the back of a truck or something. I'm sure you can YouTube it, but yeah.
He just recently passed away too.
That's not too long ago. Last year. I mean, he lasts quite a while, frankly.
Oh yeah, he was born in the 30s. Yeah.
Right, and then there was the other guy that married his 13-year-old cousin. What's that? Who was that? Great Balls of Fire guy. Jimmy. Why?
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis, of course. Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis, who ran away and married his preteen cousin. I shouldn't be laughing. But it's just so, it's just so ridiculous.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he's still going. That guy. Wow. I mean, his blood is made of absolute.
Oh my God! I'm looking at him
man.
right now. He looks like he actually doesn't look too bad, but
I don't care how he looks. I don't care if he looks like the strip crib keeper. I think big props for him just being alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big props for him just being alive, man. Anyway, so. That's quite the tangent guys.
First article that comes up is when Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin.
Oh, yes. That was probably...
Time for America.
What was that? Probably back in the early 50s, huh?
Yeah.
There was a... I don't want to get too far. We're getting a little... The topics get a little edgy here, but don't you remember there was a time with a lot of like... rock bands and like hair metal bands in the 70s and 80s where it was very common to sing about teenage girls and 17-year-old girls. It was very common. It was a very accepted thing. And then something happened where that became very inappropriate, right? Where it was like hardline.
I think it was always inappropriate.
Well, I know, but there was a culture where it was kind of just laughed about, right? Where it was just kind of like kind of naughty, kind of fun to laugh about. Like, what was that? There's a song, She's Only 17. What was that?
Check this
Winger,
out.
Winger. Yeah,
Winger. I found this out the other day. Do you remember the animated movie Osmosis Jones? You're familiar with this?
Yeah, I'm not. I remember. It sounds very familiar, but I'm not picturing it yet.
Okay, so, Kid Rock wrote a song for this. It's a kid's movie, by the way, for those who don't remember. Kid Rock wrote a song for this Osmosis Jones movie. This was like the early 2000s. Check this out. This is a lyric from this song for a children's movie.
Wait, is this going to get us in trouble?
No. I mean, there's no bad words in it. It's just crazy. So Kid Rock wrote this song for Osmosis Jones in the early 2000s. And one of the main lyrics in here is, young ladies, I like 'em underage C. Some say that's statutory. C, like look.
Okay.
Young ladies, I like 'em underage C. Some say that's statutory. I say that's mandatory. This is a children's film.
Oh, it's so messed up. Who wrote that?
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock wrote that?
Yes. I cannot believe
what
that.
Year?
This was like 2001.
What the heck? Are you serious?
Yeah, I can't believe it made it in. That was in a kids movie.
Okay. That's spicy. That's spicy.
Right?
That's wow.
Sorry, I'm not going to make the after hours, so I figured I'd throw that in now.
Yeah, but someone else mentioned a Stray Cat song, and that was Sexy and 17, my little rock and roll queen. Bam, 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 bam.
See, now, I can understand if you're a kid in high school who's writing that song and you're maybe 18,
No, but just imagine the sensibilities. The sensibilities were just a lot different then. But if you had that song come out today, it would
God,
you can blast it
for
pretty
good
hard.
reason. But back then, I think a lot of the people who were writing those songs were, young men. They were in their late teens, early 20s. So it kind of, I understand at that point, but
Yeah.
to be singing that song when you're, in your 30s or 40s is
Moving on. Let's move on here. Let's pivot.
Yeah.
Let's pivot. I'm just gonna let's pivot here. So let's see. So CoinDesk reported this afternoon Bitcoin slips to 55K as renewed concerns over the thing jolts traditional markets. The cryptocurrency appeared to set breakout for above 60,000 after Thursday's rise, but the fears about the thing played a spoiled sport. So, not to get too redundant here, Nick, but what kind of probability do you give for Bitcoin coming in anywhere around 80K and above by January 1st?
80K Bitcoin by January 1st. Let's take a look. I got Bitcoin open on the daily right now.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. I got so many lines drawn on here. Jeez Louise. Okay. Let me just see where we're at, what kind of percentage that would be. Honestly, okay, so 80K Bitcoin would be about a 47% rise from current level. Not unheard of in a month. I'm not saying that it's, 100% guaranteed or anything like that. It would be a steep climb for December, but it is possible. I think we still have, let's say a week left, or a week going into December, around the holidays. My one concern that would make that kind of harder or less possible to happen is a lot of money being spent on the holidays. Now, a lot of people do get money for the holidays. I think a lot of people are going to be putting money into crypto as their maybe gift to themselves or whatever. They might be using family money on their crypto investments. I think that might be something that's happening. So I guess we'll see how the end of December turns out. Obviously, this was the first month. November was the first month that Plan B did not call correctly. He called. Remember, he called 98K for November. Did not come true. So
right.
Is he off by a month? We'll see. I guess we'll see. I think December is a very solid month. Usually a pretty solid month for crypto. So well, I guess we'll wait to see how December plays out.
And what do you make of the equation of the factor, rather, of bearish trends aligning with people's tensions about how much they owe for taxes, and then once they get their taxes sorted and cleared, things get bullish again? Do you think there's much merit to that between bearish and bullish trends and people's anxieties about their taxes?
I think that tax anxiety usually hits people all at the same time, and I do agree that it kind of piles up towards the end of the year. So I guess we'll see how that affects things. Although as the bull market continues, I think that'll be a less and less of a problem as people realize, like, hey, look, I've got X amount of dollars into crypto. As the market continues to climb, I'll be able to pull out Y or whatever. Is that a dog treat in your mouth, or?
Yeah, I'm just teasing her a little bit. All right.
So yeah, I think taxes will play a role, but I think that'll all be taken care of by the end of the year.
Keep going, Nick.
Yeah, don't people, if you're in the audience, make sure you pay, before, actually, not even that, obviously pay your taxes. That doesn't goes without saying. Get a CPA. If you're listening to the show, you probably, I can guarantee, you probably have crypto of some kind. Get a CPA. Please, please, please do not be going to H&R Block or like some podunk tax, whatever. Go to an actual CPA, and preferably one that has experience with crypto. People who have been randomly trading NFTs and swapping tokens and doing all of this it is going to be a cluster. You know what? It's going to be insanely difficult to figure all that stuff out. And after you do this once, you might reconsider all of these token swaps and NFT flips and all this stuff next year, because that stuff is extremely complicated, and it is going to cost money for your CPA to unravel all of that. So there's some to be cognizant of, some to be aware of when you're kind of making all these little crypto plays.
Yeah, definitely. And like we said before, if you're able to hold your positions for a minimum of 1 year, I think this relates to NFTs as well.
Yep.
Your capital gains taxation goes down exponentially. Do you have like a specific percentage ballpark there, Nick?
Well, it varies. I mean, I can just pull up the short-term capital gains percentages if you want, but anybody can do that. And it's going to vary from state to state what your state tax is. So everybody is going to have to figure that out individually. I will say this: if you are a creator of an NFT line, you're always going to be paying short-term capital gains tax as things are minted. That minting process is considered a short-term gain, as obviously you're acquiring the ETH from creating the file, JPEG, I don't know, whatever NFT you're doing. If you're creating an NFT line, you're always going to be paying short-term capital gains, and I think a lot of people don't realize that going into creating an NFT line, that you're always going to be taxed on short-term. So just something to think of if you plan on creating an NFT line.
Yeah, pretty sage advice there, Nick. Donna, I'm just going to say I see your last message in the chat, and I'll be reaching out to you. Let's see what else is in here. RW says, the thing that concerns me about the shift of attention to the metaverse and the cryptos within it, leaving Doge and Sheeb and others behind, hope I'm wrong. So in relation to that, RW, I was actually on a Spaces this morning called Coffee and Crypto, and I was speaking for a little bit there, and I was I brought up the subject of virtual property, virtual land, because this is something that I've been researching a lot more extensively over the last month. And obviously this directly relates to the metaverse, and I think also directly relates to your concerns. And kind of my takeaway from it is the extraordinary amount, even at floor price, what plots of virtual land are going for within the most popular metaverses like Decentraland and Sandbox. It's astronomical, even just the entry floor level for a small plot of land within these metaverses right now. Now, if you're one of the earliest adopters of buying up these plots of land, well, kudos to you. I remember surfing through it when it was at super advantageous buy times, and just being a little bit intimidated. I felt like I didn't know enough about it to feel comfortable investing. Anyway, my point being, I just covered on the show last night, somebody bought what is considered a prime piece of real estate on Decentraland just yesterday for $2.5 million. $2.5 million, right? So
is that in ETH or in Mana?
Decentraland Mana, yeah. So
Mana. Yeah.
So that'd be 2.5 million worth of Mana. And I started thinking, as I was thinking about more of the research I was doing on virtual property, and look, folks, I'm not saying that people that are currently investing in it aren't going to yield spectacular gains from here. They very, very well could. I just want to be very clear about that. But I also want to be clear about something else. People are talking about this as if it's a foregone conclusion. as if this is a sure shot of a successful investment in terms of your ROI. It's not. This thing is not in the bag yet. And another thing to consider is both Decentraland and Sandbox, and a couple of the others whose names are eluding me right now in terms of the most popular ones, they each have like councils, like boards. Decentraland, for example, has 9,000 plots of land. So let's say you spend top premium dollar right now for a couple plots of land in Decentraland with the understanding that there's 9,000 plots of land. That particular board, okay, that makes decisions for Decentraland can decide to augment that number with the developers. And then before you know it, there could be not 9,000 plots of land. Now there's 16,000 plots of land. There could be 25,000 plots of land. And obviously, excuse me, I'm a hard sneezer. I always sneeze twice. I think it's the first time I've sneezed actually on the air after all these nights. Anyway, speaking of which, so what do you think that's going to do to the premium of which you've paid for when all of a sudden the supply has been augmented severely of that property, the amount of property available within that metaverse? It could have a pretty negative effect. So just keep in mind when you're investing, if you choose to play that game, you are subject to many changes that the board within that's responsible for making decisions within those metaverses. So just be careful. This isn't a foregone conclusion. Actually, Nick and I have talked about this too. A lot of what's driving a lot of this hype too is Mark Zuckerberg when he announced that he was his pivot from Facebook to Meta. This isn't a foregone conclusion that this is going to be successful. We don't know. It may be. It very well may be. I want to be clear about that. But this thing could also eat SHIT. It really could. It really could. So for me, virtual property, as profitable as it may prove to be in the future, to me, still very highly volatile, very risky. Your thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, I would agree. I think, I don't know. Admittedly, I was actually researching virtual property today. I don't have, that's the thing. If I'm going to do it, I want to have like I want to be able to go in there. So I'm going to wait until I build my new computer before I start really getting into the Decentraland or whatever I choose to get into. But I do want to build the Balls Mansion at some point in one of these virtual worlds.
You gotta, man. You gotta have the Balls Playboy Mansion. Speaking of which, the Super Chats are picking up again. Josh Randell disavows coming in with a $10 Super Chat. Put one in the chat if the real Nick Balls can bench more than Jason Voorhees. Definitely some ones in there. Jason Voorhees, of course, of Jason Friday the 13th. Is that Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th? Yeah.
Friday the 13th. You know, it's funny. I was just talking. There's a guy at my gym who I've been friends with for a while. And he's one of, if not probably one of the top high-level flat benchers at my gym. He's benched almost 600, I think. I'm an incline bench specialist, so for my weight, I'm not a particularly heavy guy, but I can incline bench 315 pounds.
Yeah.
For reps, and he has trouble doing that because it's a very shoulder dominant movement, and he just doesn't have the shoulder capacity to be able to handle that kind of weight on an incline. Now my flat bench isn't as good, which I'm kind of always working on that. But this winter, I should say at the first of the year, I'm going to be starting my bulking program, and we'll probably have a show. I wanted to do an after-hours show for the viewers about what I'm doing for my bulking program and how people can, over the wintertime look to put on muscle and then kind of get in shape and get cut up in the summer.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. So, yeah, that's something we'll definitely be doing here. So we'll keep you posted about that special edition. I think we're caught up in what's going on in the chat. Now, next topic I want to pivot to right now, and as shown in the one of the topics of discussion in tonight's thumbnail. By the way, if you guys haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't yet. It's literally the number one thing you can do to help the channel grow and thrive. So thank you. And also, if you're new here, you're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. My co-host above is Nick. Want you to be a part of this community, so don't forget to hit subscribe. Now, I gave you heads up on this, Nick. Gave you heads up on this.
Oh, God.
There is a new Christmas movie that's coming out soon on HBO Max, and it stars none other than Sarah Silverman and Seth Rogen.
Was that Sarah Silverman? I thought it was.
Yep.
Okay.
No, but Sarah Silverman and Seth Rogen, as if I needed another reason to dislike Seth Rogen. So it's called Santa Inc., and it's dubbing itself a feminist Christmas movie about a female elf who longs to be the next Santa Claus in an animated adult comedy headed to HBO. The trailer for this came out just yesterday for Santa Inc. I don't know how much trouble we get into playing some audio off of it.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Okay, so
you can describe it. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
Great timing,
Donna. Well, you got to describe this. I'm not gonna.
Okay,
I'll be right back. Two seconds. And Donna sent something in.
Okay, Donna Tabuki, thank you for your $5 super chat, Donna. Appreciate you. Need a new credit card for super chats? Hey, Josh, I'll show you. Donna getting spicy up in here. Donna said, I need a new credit card for super chats. Hey, Josh, I'll show you my feet for your card info. Gosh, Donna. Oh, Donna. Donna's the second time she's gotten spicy today. She came up and asked a question in Nick and I's Twitter Spaces earlier today, and she was looking for advice on a cold wallet. I gave her a few suggestions, and then she replied, whatever wallet I choose, I need a big one. I really need a big one. So, Donna is she's a spicy lady. Josh Riddell disavows coming in with a $10 super chat. Back at Donna, my feet are small. Is that cool? Does size really matter? I don't think that's what she was asking, Josh. I don't know. I'm just the messenger, guys. Don't shoot the messenger. I just read the super chats, folks. Anyway, this attempted comedy called Santa Inc. I don't want to get too much in trouble with copyright, but I am going to play. I'll just play you like 10, maybe 20 seconds of the audio, so maybe it'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about here.
But the position of Santa has mostly been a white man's game.
Exactly, it's fucking crazy. Things have gotta change.
My advice to you is, whoa, if I die, get rid of my porn!
I want to be the next Santa. If this is your dream, you have to at least make your case, bitch. You gotta get...
Okay, I can't. That's enough. I don't want to get in trouble for copyright infringement. Plus, it's got a lot of uncouth language. And, not that we're perfect here, but we're not about, it just gets very uncouth. Anyway, so it makes this big statement and it makes this big deal about how bad it is that Santa happens to be a white guy, and because Santa's usually been that's inherently bad, and they're there to change it. And I'm just listening to all this and I'm like, okay, like, I'm being preached at, I get that, and this is someone conveying their thoughts and their ideology about what they want Christmas to be, but where's the fun? Where's the comedy? Like, I'm missing it. And then when it comes to what they're resting on, the comedic value of it, it's just potty mouth language without any like punchline. It's just effing this, effing that, be this, be that, and it's like they're just resting on the laurels of like cartoons swearing as the punchline. Donna Tabuki coming in again with $5 super chat. I require extra large feet, but was offering you mine. That's exactly, she's offering you mine. Wallet size matters. Love you, Josh. Okay. Okay. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Did you get? Did you hear?
I watched.
Did you catch a bit of what I was
I
saying?
watched. I watched the trailer when you sent it to me.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts?
It is more of this like woke Hollywood nonsense that is just being, shoved down everybody's throats. Like here's what I got from watching this trailer. They mean well. You know what I mean? Like the whole idea is like, we're empowering women to, be Santa. The idea means well. The execution is it's just not, it's not well. The problem is, and if I can be perfectly honest, the problem is comedy is dying. Mm-hmm. It really is a dying thing. And it's such a shame too, because there was a time when Sarah Silverman was funny as hell.
Hilarious. She was hilarious towards the more beginning of her career. Most people wouldn't believe that.
No.
But if you go back and you watch the episodes of her first show, which was simply called The Sarah Silverman Show, that stuff was really funny. Yeah, the Sarah Silverman Show was really good, right?
And it's crazy because she was like, she was going up against some of the strongest male comedians at the time and holding her own toe to toe with some of the best male comedians of her generation, of our generation. And she really did it well. And unfortunately, Hollywood took this left turn, and it was a hard left. It shook out.
That's the thing. There's a difference. It was a bizarre kind of cultist, ideological, off the range kind of turn.
Yeah, I mean it has gotten out of control, and this is why, I go to comedy shows for people that remember. Like the last comedian I saw was Tim Dillon, who is, believe it or not, actually still doing comedy, real comedy in 2021. And I watched the South Park episode, the new South Park episode today. I'm not going to spoilers. I'm not going to like ruin anything, but it takes place in the future. And Jimmy, we all remember Jimmy, the crippled kid. He's like Jimmy. He's like supposed to be Jimmy Fallon in 2050 or whatever the year is. And the jokes he's telling is hilarious. He's like, what do you guys think about Jewish people? They're great. They're great people. His jokes are just like not
really dry.
Really dry. Yeah,
a lot of it's just delivery and timing with that stuff. Donna Tabuki coming up with a $5 super chat. Definitely can have big peepee and small feet. You're good, Josh. LOL. Sorry, right. Steven. Okay, guys. Okay.
We're getting.
Okay, guys. Okay. These.
All right.
What's going on with these super chats tonight, guys?
Save these for the after hours, guys. This is the main show. We got kids here.
Yeah, let's kind of like. I don't know what to say. Anyway, yeah, I hear you there. I hear you. Believe it or not, the Sarah Silverman Show, I used to watch it regularly, and it was really good. There was a character in that show. Her sister's husband, who was a policeman, he pulled her over for speeding, Sarah Silverman over for speeding in one of the episodes. And the first thing he said to her, he said, Sarah, do you know why I'm standing here before you today? She rolled down her car window, and her reply to him was, you got all C's in high school? That's really good. Like, those are the kind of jokes she told. Like, it was really, it was like genuinely funny stuff, and something happened along the way. These folks, and I know them because I have a lot of friends that live in that area. It becomes kind of like you get in this cultural confirmation bubble of echo chamber, and before you know it, things that are so absurd and cult-like become your new normal, and then you start trying to propagate these kinds of perspectives on the general public, and it just comes off very bizarre to most people. The correlations between cults and cult behavior and certain aspects of this woke culture are just astounding. There's an author by the name of Douglas Murray, a British fella who's written a lot about this and drawn parallels between very dogmatic kind of religious zealotry and wokeism. Anyway, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, no, and I was just about to say, this is like the prime reason why, like, I support comics like Tim Dillon. For those who've never checked out Tim Dillon or have never listened to his podcast, like, do yourself a favor. Like, go check out Tim Dillon. Like, he is, like, as far as I'm concerned, and I've seen a lot of comedians in the past couple years who have just completely demolish their acts to appease the woke culture that permeates Hollywood. Tim Dillon has not done that, and his act. If you get a chance to go see Tim Dillon live, I cannot recommend it enough. He is so freaking funny, and it was like. I was alive, but I wasn't able to go see like Chris Farley or any, like major comedians of that area. I was just too young. Mm-hmm. But Tim Dillon on stage, like, handles, and the crazy part is, like, the jokes are so topical. They're topical to like the minute. Like, not only can he do crowd work with people in the audience extremely well, but he's making jokes up about events that happened like that day or the day before, like in the news and stuff. So, if anybody is into comedy or likes to go see, comedy shows, I was actually supposed to go up to Milwaukee a few weeks back to go see. It wasn't Bert Kreischer. It was Tom, his buddy Tom. I can't remember his last name. Bert Kreischer. Why can't I think of Tom's last name? Segura. Mm-hmm. Tom Segura. I was going to go up to Milwaukee and see Tom Segura. I didn't end up going. My business partner actually rented a mansion in Milwaukee. That was cool, but I didn't get to go. Anywho,
one of my favorites is Todd Barry. I think he's pretty underrated. He was
great.
Todd was one of the regulars in Louis C.K. Louis C.K. had a series that lasted for a few seasons on the FX network. A few years back, just called Louie. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was just brilliantly done. So funny, and the way it was funny, dark, and awkward, all in one go. And the camera work was very just like almost documentary style. And that was genuinely brilliantly funny stuff. They always work Todd in on some of those, in and out of some of those episodes. But speaking of crowd work, Todd Barry just has this awesome, incredible, dry, funny delivery. Check him out. I met him a few times too. Great guy.
He appears to be a dry humor person.
Yeah, like, looks like face. Droopy dog. Yeah. Pivoting along here, this is kind of funny. Another kind of funny story here. Through Market Insider, a company melted a $58,000 Tesla.
Ooh, I saw this. Yeah, I saw this.
Into a bust of Elon Musk, and we regret to inform you that it looks absolutely nothing like Elon Musk. So let me kind of try to pivot here and get this up on the screen so people can see what we're talking about.
Did you ever see the the bust of that soccer player? I can't remember his name. It was very famous. Like, I don't follow soccer, so.
Okay,
statue.
There's the bust of Elon on the screen right now, guys. What do you think, Nick?
I don't think it's that bad. Check this out. It's Ronaldo. His name is Cristiano Ronaldo. There's a very famous bust that was done of him that was absolutely horrific. Pull that up and then compare that to the Elon one. I think they actually did an okay job with the Elon one. I don't think it's that bad. But if you pull up that Cristiano Ronaldo bust, you'll know what a bad one looks like.
I don't even know how to spell Cristiano Ronaldo offhand. You'll have to
I literally just searched for soccer player statue. It's the first thing that comes up.
Okay, I'll I'll search soccer player statue. Soccer player statue. Okay.
It's so bad.
Okay. Okay, we'll pull this one up. Just a moment, guys.
The Elon one looks like a God made it in comparison.
Well, comparatively, who was the artist on this? Who did they consign to do this? This looks like a comedy. Like
yeah.
Unbelievable. I'm trying to find one that's got them side by side. I can just take off the page without a stupid paywall. Okay, there we go. This, what happened? What happened? It must have been a drunk artist. Hold on. You're about to see what we're talking about here, guys.
Yeah. So the Elon Musk statue is really, I mean, you know, it's top notch, you know, in comparison to.
We're gonna put them side by side here. Oh my.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, right?
It looks kind of like melted.
Yeah, it looks like Cristiano Ronaldo was in like the Chernobyl or something.
Yeah. It looks like one of my Jungle Freaks NFTs.
Yeah, you're right.
It does. And I know the guy has a prominent Adam's apple, but that thing is a watermelon apple.
Yeah.
That is wild. That is wild. Okay. Noted.
Pretty bad, guys.
Okay, so maybe the Elon bust made out of melted Tesla isn't so bad.
I honestly don't think it's that bad. I think it's okay. I mean, you know, is it the best? Yeah, but you know, it's not bad. I would own it if, you know, I don't know what they're charging, probably, you know, 10 times whatever Tesla's worth, but.
Brutus DM, thank you for the $5 super chat. Orange dog, not bad. Do you know what that means, Nick?
No.
I don't know what he's. I'm not sure what you're referring to either. If you want to clarify in the mix, in the chat, feel free to let us know.
Steven, you want to hear a funny Thanksgiving Day little anecdote?
Oh, sure. Lay it on me.
So yesterday we had, obviously, Thanksgiving. We did something new this year with my family. After dinner, we all wrote down 3 things we were thankful for, and then we kind of read them out loud. And then I can't remember if it was my mom or my girlfriend who suggested we should write down 3 people that we would like to have dinner with, living or dead. And I'm not going to say who mine were because it was very kind of like personal to my family or whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone expected me to say Elon Musk. I didn't, actually. But you know who did is my grandma's boyfriend. He had Elon Musk as one of the people he wanted to have dinner with. Yeah.
Grandma's boyfriend.
Yeah, he loves Elon Musk. Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
So my grandma's boyfriend has what's known as a Unimog. It's a Mercedes truck. I mean, this thing is dude, the tire must be, one tire is probably 4 or 5 feet tall. It's massive. And it's converted into a camper, so you can he built the whole thing himself. It is astonishing, and I'm gonna sell it for him, so he's allowing me to sell it. It's worth about $500,000, and I will be paid part of the proceeds for selling this. So just putting it out there. I don't know if anybody in the audience is looking for a Unimog travel camper.
Showing Grandpa's camper. It's called a Unimog?
Yeah, it's called a Unimog. It's actually a German military vehicle that he outfitted into a camper.
It reminds me of John Candy's character in Spaceballs. He was a Mog. In the movie, He said, "What are you?" He says, "I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend." So maybe that's what the Mog would drive. He would drive the Unimog.
Yeah. You could. It's a brilliant, I mean, it's a really, really cool vehicle. It tows, on the back of it tows a dirt bike motorcycle. I mean, I can put any motorcycle. It's got a motorcycle on the back that it wenches up, so like hauls in the. It's really cool, man. He spent like the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years building the thing.
Wow.
Never drives it, never took it anywhere, and now he's gonna sell it. I don't know, whatever it is, but I was told, and we were writing up a contract. I will be, I'm getting a percentage of it.
Right on. Well, that's cool. Captain Jack, hey, Steven, just popped in to say hello and have a great Saturday. Thank you, Captain Jack. Good to hear from you. Speaking of Captain Jack, isn't that a Russell?
Hey, Captain Jack.
No,
Bring
Captain
them back to their
Ron.
road trip.
Captain Ron was the movie with Kurt Russell, starring Kurt Russell. Awesome movie, by the way. Very underrated. 90. I was about to say that it's early 90s somewhere, but 92.
Kurt Russell with like kind of dreadlocks.
Yeah, Captain Ron was really good, man. Really good spirited movie. It had it all, man. It had comedy, adventure, sentimental value, all of it. Yeah, Kurt Russell's always been one of my favorites. I think he's still married to Goldie Hawn, right?
I do believe so. He is in one of my.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, all-time favorite movies. Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, Big Trouble in Little China. They just don't make them like that anymore, folks. That's actually a John Carpenter film.
I know. Yeah, he took a lot of flack for making that movie, actually.
Yeah, well,
and it's still
history has vindicated him for that decision, because Big Trouble in Little China is unlike any movies we've ever seen.
Oh my God.
It's got science fiction, it's got action, it's got adventure, and it's got a lot of comedy, and it's just kind of weird, but in really unique ways. We just don't see a lot of movies like that, right? Particularly today, where it's literally like a script that's just so original that while you're watching it, you're just completely taken in by it.
They've talked about remaking it with The Rock a bunch of times. I'm like, please, no,
Yeah.
I will pay you to not do that. Like, please, do not ruin my childhood.
Look, I mean, nothing against The Rock. I mean, seriously, nothing against The Rock, but at this point, he just stars in everything.
He's done everything.
It's kind of the same guy. It just kind of gets really boring, like a pair of pleated khakis. You know what I mean? Seriously, putting The Rock to play lead in a remake of Big Trouble in Little China would completely neuter the thing, in my opinion.
I agree. I don't think they could. Nowadays, I don't think you could do it right, and you'd be destroying, an absolute classic.
Just put an old Kurt Russell in there. He's still he's still got the swagger, man. Like, he's grayed and weathered and wrinkled, but he still looks like a total badass.
I don't think they would even do it, considering just how there's just such an Asian spin on the movie, and a lot of it, as it's like centered around Asian gangs, fighting. I don't think they would even.
So you think things are too PC now, where they'd make a remake of it?
Yeah. I doubt they would.
Yeah. Yes, Snake Plissken. Isn't that Plissken. Escape from New York? His Escape from New York character?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you seen Escape from L.A.?
L.A. Yeah, I've seen both.
I like the first one a lot better, but I don't hate the second one either. It's decent.
Yeah.
It's decent. Anything else to add to this one, Nick?
No, I mean, I think we pretty much covered, what took place today. I just, I really want people to be on the lookout for a Dogecoin short squeeze event. This could be happening within the next several days. If the shorts continue to pile up. Now, if the shorts relax and they go back into what I would consider an acceptable percentage range, that might not occur. The shorting on Dogecoin right now is just through the roof. Either way, we should be seeing some green here very shortly, whether it be through a short squeeze type of situation or the shorts decide to let up a little bit. I do think Doge will start to make a comeback here in the next few days. I really do hope that we see a short squeeze type of scenario, though, just to see some thick green weenies we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. Well stated there. Nick, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know the crowd appreciates it. I certainly do. I think it was a really fun show. I hope the audience feel the same. I hope you guys got something out of it tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you for showing up. Thank you for all the support. Truly appreciate it. I will be doing a members only stream. Keep an eye on the Steven Steele Discord and on my Twitter page. I will post the link there. I do need a little downtime to prep and to take care of a few things, but I will be back for a membership stream. Make sure your notifications are on. And with that, we are gonna we're gonna close this one out. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Gonna leave you with the iconic intro involving some robot lovers and some really crazy 80s aerobics. Until next time, this is Steven Steele and Nick Balls signing out. Later, guys.
Thanks, everybody.